They confirmed it in what? The Trello, I think it was? And that's MMR.
Yes. So what we're calling, so Act 1, we're calling it Alpha. Act 2, we're calling it Early Access. Act 3, full release for this Faultarian journal. So we're now moving on to Early Access. Um, our time goal is for it to be 1 hour, but we're already past that because we've been usually doing this for 6 hours recently, but we're going to try to condense it and do a bit less. Um, so yeah, and that is what he said. What can we reason? Oh, are we talking about MMR first?
Yeah. Again, we already kind of talked about what we
Oh,
can
yes, yes,
reasonably
yes.
expect.
Okay. So we're
Like
moving on to
MMR, and
MMR.
you think it should be? Do you think it should be public right on the Fault website, or should
Ooh.
a third party be in control of that?
Uh, I'm gonna. I don't think the MMR should be public at all in casuals, but I think there should be MMR. But the problem with this is if they don't make it public on playfault.com, there might just be another Agora GG coming where a third party website comes in and somehow figures out what our MMR is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that could be it. Uh, what the point of this topic in particular was should MMR and ELO be in early access for the one and only game mode they're gonna have, which is just quick play. You know what I mean? Should there be
yeah.
MMR? Because I've talked to many different people about this, and there's actually like a very 50-50 view on this, surprisingly. Um,
So, what would be the two stands of it, just so you can sort of lay
so the
out
two
the?
stands is it's quick play, don't have MMR, and the other stand is it's quick play, have MMR, so that noobs aren't getting. Uh, it's more noob friendly kind of thing. Oh,
Yeah,
when unorthodox, you are 100% right on that one.
hidden MMR for sure.
So what the stand is? So Krypton, for example, who I play with, disagrees with there being MMR in the game. He does. What he thinks would be better, and why he disagrees with it, is because when it's quick play, it is casual. He wants to be able to hop into a casual game, uh, test new builds, try Twin Blast and Jungle, stuff like that. Have fun with their friends, goof off. If they lose, it's no. Ooh, why is there an alarm going off? Sorry, guys. Uh, he wants to be able to do that stuff. He wants to be able to have fun with his friends. But the second you put MMR in a game, his argument is that because he's going to be playing people at the same skill level, they might be sweating every single game because there's MMR. Because people
Yeah,
just like being competitive, whether it's open to the public or not. And he doesn't want to have to sweat every single game he plays.
and I think that was part of the problem with Paragon not having ranked. But again, with Paragon, it was a different symptom that the game was out for that long. They should have had ranked by then. Like obviously with Paragon's early access, obviously
Hey, Reverb,
there
welcome
shouldn't be
back.
any ranked or whatever, and it was only going to be the quick play with the MMR system implemented.
Yeah. So
So for early access, I can definitely agree with MMR with only quick play, but
yeah. So unorthodox, I get it from a new perspective. I don't want to jump into a lobby, accidentally run into fucking Reverb, for example, and get pooped on. No
yeah,
offense to Reverb, but I don't want that to happen unless I'm at
That's a,
his skill level so that we can actually have a
that's
good
not
game.
offense. That's a compliment. What?
Yeah.
What?
But and this pretty much this actually stemmed from a few of my friends like Krypton and a few other people that no one here knows. Well, maybe Steven Chandler do, like Gabe, Hunter, all of them, right?
yeah,
They're very heavily on the disagreeing side. So we talked about it and debated about it for hours, like a week ago, and what what we came to the consensus and just playing devil's advocate here because I think there should be MMR. I'm going to say that outright, but to play devil's advocate, how can you make a noob friendly game without basically getting sweaties every single game? Because MMR does create sweaties, and some people just want to relax, you know, and no one wants to get pooped on in a MOBA. It's never fun. Um, what if there was a playlist for new players? Like until you reach level 10, you're only allowed in this playlist. So yes, they're not going to have a tutorial for. Um, yes, they're not going to have a tutorial for early access. Uh, they probably will in the future, I would say. So what if they just create a playlist where until you reach a certain level, uh, you can't play quick play. You can only play with newer players. And the chat's going crazy. So let's see what everyone has to say. And while I'm checking chat, Steven Chandler, what are your guys' thoughts on this?
I think, yeah, having I think I'd be on the same
No, Reverb, just to
side.
let you know, until recently there was never MMR in quick play in Call of Duty. They never had it until this year. I think is the first time they had it in pub games. So that's why pub stomping was a real thing in Call of Duty. And I come from Call of Duty. Steven Chandler do not come from Call of Duty though. My friends like that Krypton guy and Steven Hunter, or no, Krypton, Gabe, and Hunter, who I mentioned earlier, we all come from Call of Duty. But Steven Chandler, who are co-hosts of this podcast, do not. So anywho, sorry, Steve.
I was just saying, yeah, I like how, because like some days I'm really just trying to like, like play like the craziest builds, maybe even try out a character without affecting my career stats. So having a game mode where I can play, because I hate fucking playing against bots so much. If I could just play against random ass people, and if you have the idea of like, you know, the general consensus is like this game mode doesn't really matter if you win or lose, you're literally just playing, it's going to encourage less people to go super ham, you know what I mean? um and also like, because you would get into like, because that was always the problem too, is like when we would play Paragon, I'd lock Crunch in the jungle and people would fucking draft Dodge, and the sometimes it would be like 7 games in a row where we get into a lobby and people would dodge because like, dude, we're gonna fucking lose. Like, man, that's not even ranked. Like the rank from Agora.gg doesn't even matter. Like, who cares? You know what I mean? It's like, I want a game mode where like there's less incentive to be critical of teammates.
And I think, I mean, so this kind of stems to a further topic we were going to talk about later on, but I think it's relevant right now. So there has been talks about a whatever it's called, like a ARAM mode for full release. Obviously, this isn't going to be early access, but full release, just one lane, basically almost like a team deathmatch, just with towers and whatnot. So I think that ends up being just like from playing League and whatnot. If you just want to try a new build and you're just getting used to different uh, like combos or just like how the character feels or how it plays, that's probably a better playlist because again, anyone in that playlist, there's no comp, so you can't say that there's any character that isn't valid. So like even something like
Yeah, but like,
Smite,
what if
like
I'm
we've all
trying to
we've all
like,
played Arena, where you don't go, oh yeah, no, you can't play that character. That doesn't make any sense. So
what if I'm trying to like train a specific hero in ARAM? You don't get
bots.
to choose. No, fuck bots.
No, but in ARAM, so like Arena for Smite, you get to pick yours.
Mm-hmm.
In League, you don't get to pick. That's randomly generated, but again, they kind of have the player base to be able to make it randomly generated.
Yeah.
Smite doesn't have a huge player base, thus you're gonna pick the character you.
Okay. Epilepta, act after the stream. If you don't mind, could I just DM you and we can just go over the bit right there because I want to make sure that everyone is able to see the game at a good enough quality and make sure that it runs smoothly. If that would be okay with you. And so I've just been reading the chat while you guys were talking. So there is some debate about MMR, which is awesome. I love to see it. Uh, what? So for everyone that's watching, me, Stranger Moose, in particular, I am Stranger in the Strange Matter Discord. I believe there should be MMR. We were just I was just playing devil's advocate earlier. If you're listening to me talk, Steven Chandler might disagree. They might not think MMR is a good or bad idea. They might think it's a
Epileptica, yeah, you can just join the Discord.
yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Epilepta if you want to. We're in our Faultarian Discord, so you just have to join that and we can move you in if you'd like. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It's
So
always room.
to say this, and now Call of Duty is different, and I do come from Call of Duty background. Pub stomping Call of Duty is kind of what made it really fun. But this is a MOBA. This ain't COD.
Yeah.
I think there should be MMR. Number one,
100%.
there's a higher learning curve for MOBAs. So anyone that jumps into Paragon, whether they were a challenger player in League of Legends or not, they're always gonna be. It's gonna take them like just a little bit to get going. You know what I mean? Oh, I think I over exaggerated, right? A challenger player is gonna be good at every MOBA, but um, let me get rid of this alarm. Hang on.
You just keep snoozing it.
Yeah, I just snoozed it. Okay, we're back
My
there.
boy got somewhere to be. Damn.
No. So for a new player, if there is an MMR, it can really turn some players off if they play their first game and get pooped on. You know, like because that's just not fun, right? So that's why MMR should be. However, once there is ranked, I do think there should still be MMR in quick play, but the MMR system in quick play and the MMR system in ranked have to be different. How they're going to be different, I couldn't tell you. I'm not a game designer or a coder. I don't know how they would make it different. But ranked, that's where like it gets real tight, right? Because if you're playing
Can you just
ranked,
have two individual MMRs? Like a quick play MMR and a ranked MMR?
that's usually how it works, Chan, with
Yeah.
some of these games. Is you have different MMR systems in each, and the ranked MMR system is usually way more. What's the word I'm looking for? It's way
Tight?
more tight. Yeah, it's way more tight, right? Like they only let a certain amount to where in quick play, they let's say they don't want the queue time to be 10 minutes for some players, so they might open up the MMR a little bit so that you're playing lower ranked people so that you
Yeah.
can get in a game. To where in ranked you won't really see that as much. You're only going to play the people that you can play within a
Which
certain
makes
spectrum,
sense.
whatever that spectrum is that they agree on internally. That is my take on it. That is my opinion on MMR.
Let it
However,
be written.
Yeah, at the end of the day, everyone just wants to feel challenged. But there's a difference between being challenged and steamrolled.
mhm,
Like, if you get in and you know that you just weren't playing that good or you just weren't taking it that serious and you got shit on, whatever. They were better than you or they were a higher rank. You can argue it all day. But obviously, you don't want to be super low MMR and just get in and you have no time to learn the game because you keep queuing with people who are just five stacked, acting like $10,000 is on the line.
mhm. Yeah, and that's the thing. And especially when we're talking about fault, the fault player base is newbie for the majority. No offense to anyone, I'm a noob too. Uh, so that's where that's where it's going to be so important to have an MMR system, especially in Fulton Quick Play, because you just I understand you don't want to play sweaties every game, but at the same time, nothing's stopping you from just relaxing, if that makes any sense. And against because if you're playing people your skill level, uh,
Yeah, just
it
some
just makes
form
it
of
more
skill
fun.
based matchmaking like that. That's all you want it to be relevant to your skill level.
Epilepta, we have this Twitch channel. We have our own Discord down below, uh, called Faultarian Discord, and that's the Discord we were
Yeah,
talking
he's
about.
in now.
Oh, he's in there now. Oh, cool, cool, cool. Like hypothetically, ranked MMR can do from 1 to 4,000. It can get within like 250 of each in matches. It
Greg,
goes.
do you want to jump over the voice chat or invite him into this one?
Uh, yeah, yeah. Just move me. Okay, hang on,
There
guys.
you go.
Hello.
Oh, it moved him in. Awesome.
Okay, I have to mute the stream.
Yo.
Cosmic Adventure. Is it better than Overprime? Cosmic, I don't want to give any ideas. You have to decide that for yourself. However,
I was going to say, based on your experience, just because you've had a chance to play both now.
I prefer Fault. Just like that. You know what I mean? I just prefer it.
Also, Greg, is there any way of having a little bit of volume on the gameplay?
You want me to put some volume in? No, because I might have some music and stuff going. That's why I got this stuff. Because this is all
Okay.
from a live stream. I can't put I can't put any volume from the gameplay.
Yeah, because we're legit now, and
Yeah.
we got an image
Come
to
on,
uphold.
Reaver, what do you mean? The more you lose, the more for fun players that don't care you will get. Or maybe. Well, that was actually pretty straightforward.
That's the point. Yeah, that's the point of the MMR. If you just go in and purposely lose, you'll go against shittier players.
Yeah. I'd like a separation of solo queue and party queue personally, because oh god, is that the worst? It is the worst when you're not a full team and you get 5 on Discord and you just get rotated perfectly and then pushed back to him almost instantly. Phoenix, I actually was talking about this with a few of them 2 days ago. And that they can't confirm or deny anything, right? Because they are devs and testers and all that stuff. But what it seems like what their goal is, as long as the player base is large enough, they will have a solo and party up queue differential. Same thing as they do in League of Legends.
So would a party queue just be anything 2 or greater?
Maybe
3 or
like
more. 3 or more.
what? Maybe like what they would have. What if there was 2 queues? MMR penalty for stacking. Ooh.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe like there's a solo queue option, and then there's like a mixed solo and party queue option. So like if you only want to play against other solos, or if you don't really care and you want a bit of a challenge, you can enter into the solo
Yeah.
/ party
I
queue.
think-
I
don't
guess
know.
the one other thing we talked about once before was just having like lobby-based chat. So just being able to speak over a mic with your team rather than being stuck with just the text chat. It just
Oh,
helps. It just helps with your team just to be more competitive. Because again, that's sort of the argument. Like, regardless, even if you have 5 skilled players against 5 skilled players, but one team of 5 are all on Discord talking together, and the other team either aren't talking or they just purely don't want to type everything out. You just couldn't care less to type it all out. Sometimes just having that implemented again, that was sort of a mixed reaction where some people were like, well, you don't really need the voice chat in your team in game.
what?
You can just do it on
I think
Discord.
voice chat would be a great idea. And
Oh,
River was
I'd
saying,
love
I think there's an MMR penalty. Yeah, that'd be good, but that MMR penalty is only going to really apply. Well, it would apply if you win too, but you can still grind in a 5 stack and move your way up. to a higher MMR. In You think voice chat is a terrible idea? Hang on. Tell me why.
Well, it does feed the possibilities for toxicity.
It
It's
does.
very easy to go in and then just start shit talking. Like that was the thing with the text, is that they're able to censor it right in before you even type anything out. They can make it that certain words just won't come up, and it just makes the game more accessible for more people.
Mm-hmm.
So from a toxicity standpoint, I can definitely, but at the same time, COD has it, and you just mute somebody if they're being toxic.
Anger Max, it'll be 2021 before you see PS4, for sure. If you want to team up, you can hop in Discord, not in voice chat.
Yeah, but
What
like
what
that
if
might
you're
be kind of
solo
hard with like
queuing though?
randoms.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. It's 5 skilled people that are all random that you do not have the time to find them on Discord, and you're playing against a 5 stack of people who are all in Discord together.
No,
I
Anger
mean, worst
Max.
comes to worst, you can just like
Uh,
mute people. You know?
Anger Max, from the way it's looking, from the Strange Matter before the Strange Matter Studio Trello roadmap, is that so it will be PS5, and it'll probably be January of 2021
But
at the
that's not
earliest.
necessarily for console.
Ooh. Thank you for the follow, Mac. I really appreciate it. No, Anger's just asking about console play. I don't think
Yeah.
there will be console play until 2021.
Yeah, but that hasn't been confirmed that even with full release it'll be on consoles, right?
Yeah, it has been. Well, they
I know
confirmed they're
they
going to
want
try
it.
to make it happen.
Yeah.
They can't confirm until it actually happens that there's going to be console. But they're going to try, right? Because 70% of the player base for Paragon was on console, so it's like a huge deal for them to bring it to
And I think
console.
that was the design of why they were trying to get the system requirements to download it on Steam as low as possible. Just because, again, you can't expect, even though, as we've seen in Discord, there's people who have spent a lot of money buying game and PC setups to play this
Oh,
game.
Phoenix, you have to be able to mute people. You got to, right? Because some people are going to be
Oh, yeah.
toxic. But you have to be able to mute people. Actually, it'd be really cool if you could mute someone in the in-game text chat too, so that you can mute their toxicity. So then you can't get good jobbed every 5 seconds.
Yeah, and dev kits for PS5. Or, well,
Yeah,
I don't know if they'll be. Because aren't they saying all the PS4 games are going to be compatible on PS5? So
eventually, yeah.
even if you just developed it for PS4 that's already there, it might not be as expensive. Or it's the exact same. Who fucking knows? I don't know.
It's still going to be expensive though.
Oh yeah, that's going to
It's a few
be
thousand for
well
sure.
down the road for them. And I mean, that's the other thing. If early access is super successful and they just have the funding there, that even speeds up the availability to develop it for console.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So, uh, I'm glad to see the chat going. I really appreciate it. And I'm not sure if I said it, but Max Season, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. I'm glad that you're enjoying this. We do it once a week. Um, we do this journal once a week, and it's pretty fantastic. And of course, once the game comes out, we're going to have lots more gameplay. But yeah, so MMR, I think there should be. Steven Chandler, what do you think?
Oh yeah.
Just black and white kind of thing.
Yep.
Chandler,
I believe in
yes.
it.
Steve,
We.
we.
That's a little French Canadian
Oui.
representation for you.
Look, man, yeah, we. Us three here, we believe that there should be MMR. If you disagree, let us know. We're here to take in all ideas and opinions. Thank you for the follow, Anger, and thank you for the follow, Corpse. I really appreciate it. Oh, and Phoenix!
Woo!
Oh, what do you look at that? Thank you,
Oh
guys.
baby, a triple!
Yo, I just smacked
Yo,
my
look at
table.
some flames in the
I don't know if
chat, man.
anyone could see, but you could see the like the pause button show up on the screen because I smacked my table and knocked my mouse because of that. Anywho, thank you guys. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Yeah, so MMR, we believe it should be in. If you, for some reason, think it shouldn't be in, let us know. We're here. If you think we're stupid, let us know. I can. You call me stupid. I'm not going to be offended. Yeah. Anywho, so what is our next topic, Stephen Chandler?
We were just going to talk about what heroes we wanted to see first.
Ooh. Okay. So we want to talk about this because a few days ago there was a poll. I think the poll's still active actually in Strange
More
Matters.
than
We wanted to
likely, yeah.
talk about what heroes we would like to see first and what because I always keep up on the Strange Matter Discord, so and I take little notes here and there for the stream. And what we think are going to be the big choices. So, Stephen Chandler, what heroes do you want to see come in first? The next few.
I mean, definitely my first couple that I think of is going to be like, I really want to see Revenant, obviously, but I want to see Drongo. I want to see Brux. Like, everyone's going to have those handful of 4 or 5 characters that they always jump to just like play a comfortable character.
Mm-hmm. I want to see Decker. I'm just going to say it. Decker is my...
I guess what would be the top 4 that you want to see?
Decker, FaZe, Revenant, and I want to see Terra because I never played her. And I've never played her.
Yeah,
I don't even
I
know she's an offlaner
never
support.
played. I don't remember her coming out. I don't remember ever playing
I
against
played
her.
Terra once, and she was. You know what I mean? She was kind of meh.
So what would be your top 4 there, Steve?
Your boy Crunchy Punch. I want the Fae isn't in the
Anger,
game, right?
If you're primary French, you can speak French. All three of us here actually know French. All three of us are bilingual. So if you feel more comfortable speaking in French, you can go right ahead. We can
And
translate it and everything. It's no big. We do know French.
Epileptica, you can chat. It's all good. You're not. We kind of jump on top of each other while we're talking, anyways. So it's
Yeah.
neither
Yeah,
here nor
well,
there. If
okay.
you want to butt in, I guess we should have
Yeah,
said something.
it's for the community. You know what I mean? You got
Okay,
something
okay,
to
okay.
say.
Yeah, I just was so quiet because I didn't want to interrupt anybody of you.
All good.
No, we appreciate it, man. But
Man,
feel
jump in
free.
whenever you want.
Okay.
Yeah, because the Fae isn't in the game yet, right?
Yes, and I hope she's in the bottom 10 because I don't care about her.
Fuck you.
What?
Fae is awesome, man.
You never played Faye, did you?
Yeah, I did. Don't care. Don't like her.
Faye was one of my favorite characters, man. Faye, I played. She was like one of the few ranged characters I actually played.
Richter is really fun.
Have
Yeah,
they
Richter,
any hero in planning right now, which is coming up next?
So
Pharaoh?
it is I
Yeah,
want
so
to say it's
Sparrow's definitely
confirmed, but I don't know if it's confirmed anymore with the light of today's announcement. But yesterday, it would have been confirmed that the next 3 heroes are either going to be Howitzer, Kalari, or Gadget.
Oh, I would love to see Kalari. I was a huge Kalari player
Ooh, that's awesome.
back in Paragon. And I was watching the replay of the stream. I think it was the fourth one on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think a few of you guys said that Kalari was just too bad. I just can't sign that. I was like playing him, and in the end of the round, I had like 12, 15 kills.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely. There was ways, like, I remember playing against a couple, like, really good Kalaris, and it was so annoying.
Yeah,
and, like,
you could
would
build
just
a
get
deck
wiped
with
out of nowhere.
with some cards. I don't remember the name, and you came out of the shadow area, or what it is called, and hit one guy, and he had like 500 damage in him.
Yeah.
And then the throwable sword, or what it was, you throw him.
Yeah, that little dagger that she
Yeah,
had.
dagger. That was it.
It does, yeah. No, it's just from my understanding, there, Epilepta. Sorry, I'm sorry, I just scuffed.
Just call me Luis.
Luis. I'll just say okay. Kalari was not good at every elo, and that was the big thing. So Kalari, once he started to get higher and higher elo, was just not.
Was there an elo system in Paragon?
There was an elo system.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm
It
serious.
was yeah,
Okay.
it was a kind of odd system. It was ran through this thing called agora.gg. Well, not ran through, but you could like look at it through that. But it wasn't really affiliated with Paragon. You know what I
Top
mean?
4.
Okay.
Decker.
But you stay the system to match people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did, yeah.
Okay.
And if you started to get to high elos, like really high elos, you would have like 20-minute queue times in Paragon, and it kind of sucked.
Yeah, I don't remember if I was high because I don't know where to see it, and honestly, I didn't look at it.
Yeah, it wasn't it was never like really advertised because it wasn't exactly like a part of Paragon, and it because like Paragon never got like a full release, so it was kind of like it never even had like the ranked system, and all those things kind of like I guess weren't really epics. It wasn't their plan to make it a legitimate game before they felt like it looked like an Epic
Epic
Games
Games
game.
just sucked.
Yeah, they
Stupid idiots. Stupid
they ran that
Fortnite.
game into the ground. Yeah, fucking.
I mean, Fortnite was great, like season 3 or 4, 3 or 2, but now it's just stupid.
Yeah, they have a very interesting process, and I think that's why we are very excited to see what Strange Matter can do with it. Like we're not yeah.
The gameplay in the stream, when was it made?
That gameplay would have been the Alpha 3 weekend.
So
Or-
it's a
when was that?
little bit time from now. I think
Um,
did they
Does
rework
Greg,
the main menu and the graphics for the items? Are they going to do this till early access?
That's sort of what they're working on right now, is just kind of
Okay.
an overhaul on all that. And that's kind of why it's getting pushed back. There's just more to be done.
Yeah. Yeah, this is because Greg, Stranger Moose, he played the I think the most recent alpha weekend, and he actually did a 24-hour live stream. So he got a lot of content out of that, and he's been showing it off while we've been just talking over the past few weeks.
I wasn't even aware that there was a studio which tried to remake Paragon. I know there were some guys like Overprime, I think it is called,
Yeah.
who did it, but yeah, I don't think this is a good game. But I didn't know there was a studio which tried to make it Paragon like it was.
Yeah.
I saw some streams and some videos, and I think they really do a good job.
Yeah,
it's definitely it's got us really excited.
And
to
in
see,
this recap of the fourth discussion or something like that you guys had, somebody said that they are firstly going to make all the background stuff and then the graphics. And I think this is a good point
they're
to
working
start
on
with.
performance over
Yeah,
graphics.
and they have servers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And they have servers.
It's
yeah.
like a huge bonus point.
Yeah, so Reverb and Mike TV, for anyone that doesn't know who Mike TV is, he's a tester. He was a pro player back in Paragon. Reverb's a tester, and he was a high elo player. They were saying, I said 20-minute queue times. They're saying 3 hours. They used to wait 3 hours in the Master Division for a queue. For one game. What? Are you kidding me? 3 hours?
I couldn't do that.
I would never not play on a Smurf. 3 hours.
Wait, like in Paragon or
In Paragon.
what? Oh, okay. Yeah.
We're talking top 100 players, though, right? So, but 3 hours? Like, are you kidding me? You wonder why Paragon died, folks. No offense to them. I love Paragon. I had more game time on that than I will ever admit. But really. Like, I remember hitting platinum for the first time being like, yo, Steve, why are we having 15 minutes in between games? What's going on, bro? Like, come on.
Dead ass go for a run between games. Like,
dude, I see you suffer in between
half
games.
of them get dodged. Yeah, like if you pick the wrong character, try to play fucking Crunch, bro.
And again, that was just a symptom of not having ranked and just being able to have those separate MMRs and just being able to balance.
I think they could maybe do it like there is Do you know Rainbow Six Siege?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're actually Huddy is the
Well,
marketing
you're from
manager.
French, of course you know Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah. They've actually been talking about the MMR system Rainbow Six Siege a lot.
Yeah, I think
For
this
fall.
is a good system, and
Yeah.
maybe they don't have to make a full. Yeah, now it's called quick play. I think. Yeah, I'm playing a lot of Rainbow Six Siege, so I should know it's called quick play, but it was casual. I think they don't have to make a full casual system, but if you want to try some new items or something like that, some item combinations, you could implement a system where you can join alone on the map, and there are some minion waves spawning, and then you can try to, farm them with your items you buy. So in the beginning you have like unlimited money, and then you can buy everything you want. And there are some level 10 AI heroes spawning, and they're just running around, and you can try to kill them. And if this is a good combination of your items, you can try them there. But I think something like MNR would be good, but there should also be a system where you can try out new stuff.
Yeah. I agree. So so I've played Rainbow Six Siege, but to say I haven't played a lot. So how exactly does the MMR system work in Rainbow Six?
This is a question for me.
Yeah. Oh, and
Okay.
remember yesterday I was mentioning that cold guy who I thought Krypton, he's on the screen right now. Krypton was saying this cold guy was nasty. Whether he is or not, I couldn't tell you. But anywho, that's beside the point. What were you saying, Luis?
Luis. Yeah, about the rank system. Well, you have at first 10 matches you have to play, and based on your skill, kills, and won rounds or lost rounds, you're getting ranked. Like, mostly, for me, it's mostly gold 2, gold 1, gold 3, something like that, the gold area. And then you have the rank playlist where you can, match with other people's, your friends, randoms, what you want. And if you win a game, at the beginning you get like 100 points to your MMR system and to your MMR count. And the more games you play, the less points you get or lose. So if you win a game in the beginning, you get like 100, and if you lose one, you lose like 100. And after 50 matches or so, this season right now I have played I think 120 matches, and right now I'm getting about 30, 32 points, or lose them if I lose. And you just get settled in the rank you are, and based on that you play against players the same rank. And there's also this system when you have a friend which has less than 1000 MMR points, which is about 1000 MMR points lower than you can't match with him, because then you can like boost yourself if you make yourself a Smurf account and rank him in copper or so, and you match this account with a friend which is gold. You get obviously not so good players like silver or something like that, and so it's easier for you to win around, and you can boost yourself up to platinum or diamond. And they implemented the system that you can't match with friends with who have lower MMR than you.
Oh,
So I think it's really smart made by Ubisoft.
Now I can actually kind of see why Fault Strange Matter was talking about it a little bit. Why they said like that's a really good system.
Yeah, it's a really good system.
Yeah, they're also.
I mean, Ubisoft has their bugs, but the MMR system is very good. I mean, in the end, it's very annoying when you have a friend who is obviously not as good as you, because maybe he's playing with in-ear headphones. My friend is doing that, and so he's, I think, copper, and I can't play with him.
Wow. Yeah, they did something like that. I forget what game it was. I think it was Call of Duty World War II when they implemented ranked play. If you weren't within 450 elo of each other, you could not play, and you could only play up to
Yeah,
duo
and
queue in rank.
Ubisoft is like 1000,
Oh,
and the highest, I think, diamond, it is about 4,500 MRR points. But you can obviously get higher, but this is the range where you have to imagine this all takes place.
Okay. Yeah, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it, kind of thing. Like if they got good, if these other games have proven success with the rank play, Strange Matter, don't be afraid to adopt their system. And I don't think they are, to be honest. And Reaver was saying that the Overwatch has a good rank play system too. I couldn't tell you how that works though, so I'm gonna have to look it up. There.
I never played Overwatch.
Yeah, I've been playing it recently, like the last few days.
Yeah.
And
you have like 10 placement matches to get into ranked.
Yeah. I've been using
Yeah, I
Max
think
a lot.
you can't change MMR system that much. I think they will all look the same in the end.
Yeah, it's going to be all pretty similar.
But I don't think this is something bad, because just because the system works, you don't have to change it.
Yeah, exactly. If it's not broke,
But
don't
Call of
fix
Duty
it.
does it all the time.
Look. Well, kind of Paragon did too. Like, how many updates came out that like were like, oh yeah, this is a good version of the game, and then Cam Winston would say, no, it's not, and then
All
they
right.
release an update.
Do not get me started on Cam Winston. I will rant for days about that man, but I will not rant now. I'll let you keep going. I heard that name, and I
I
got
think it is just
unleashed.
that yeah, talk to the end.
No. Sorry,
Yeah, but then
don't
they
mind
would release an update, and then half the player base would go, "What the fuck is this?" and leave.
Yeah, I think there are always just old people sitting in front of at the huge desk making calls who don't even play the game. I think they just sit there and think, yeah, this would be good, let's do it, and in the end, they don't listen to the community, what they say. I think if you say this is a good system, if the community says it, why should they change it?
Oh yeah. And the comments of we will listen to the players. Look, Corpse, I don't know if you ever listened to the community corners, but like Steve and me, I used to watch them together all the time back in the day. And Cam Winston, don't know if you know who he is, but he was the lead game designer for for Epic Games for Paragon back in the day. And he was always in the community corners. Oh my goodness. Steve, why don't you like Cam?
this motherfucker.
Okay.
So he sat on the far right of the community corner. He had this fancy chair. You had KL and you had Moody. Okay, so Moody was sat in the middle. Innocent, sweet-looking schoolboy guy, just sitting. All these positive things coming out of his mouth. KL, keeping everything down. Talking real helpful, real cool guy. And then you got Cam Winston sitting over in the corner, looking like the less cool Albert Einstein motherfucker, trying to be like, listen, I am a genius, okay? I know what you want. You don't know what you want. I know what you want. I'm like, bro, you ain't who are you? Like, cause there would always be they would get these questions from the community and they'd discuss them. And then any single time it was a question about why did you add this in the most recent patch, KL would read it, and then he'd slowly look over at Cam, who has his arms crossed, just like, because the data shows that that's the best thing to do. Next question. Like, literally, without a doubt, like, there was no talking about it. It's like, yeah, you guys say you want this. You say you want, the old card system. You want all this stuff. You want ranked. But the data shows the numbers. I put it up on the whiteboard. And I'm telling you, it will not work. And I'm like, bro, I understand that maybe you might have some kind of equation that you're not telling us, but there's no way you're going to look at me and say, I'm having more fun this week as opposed to last week when I, one, understood the game better, and two, actually had a desire to play a second game after the one I just played. There's no way you're making me think that, you know what? This is awesome. This is why I spent, this like $100 on this shit supporting this game. So I can have this motherfucker tell me what I'm enjoying and what I'm not. It's like, dude, like, and like we were like kind of casual players too. It wasn't, you know what I mean? Like we were the general market that they're trying to reach, what they're going to make the most money on. And I'm telling you, why do you keep changing things and then telling me that I don't know what I'm talking about? Like, and like they're doing it with Fortnite right now. They just keep adding things and changing things that people don't want. It's like, stop.
Yeah.
I don't know. So Cam Winston, you know what I mean? Guy was a little bit too smug for my liking. Sometimes
Maybe he's now the game designer of Fortnite.
Yeah, it's
He probably is.
yeah, probably.
He probably is. That's why they took out jump pads, because everyone liked him.
Y'all having too much fun. It's like, thanks, Dad. Fuck off. I don't know.
Yeah, and I hope.
Yeah, the Jungle and Legacy was definitely way better. Like it's stuff like that. It's like
I hope there is never a Cam Winston in the Strange Matter team. Or if there is a Cam Winston, he's not the one making the heroes or the map. Please. He's the one making the graphics or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, and that's one thing. And like, hey, Race, thank you for the follow. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Just I'm all for Strange Matter, so I'm not saying don't get me started on Legacy Jungle. Oh boy, I've actually heard Reverb's rant about this. Anywho, but that's another topic for another day. How do I say this? Strange Matter is not doing this at this very second. But if I ever hear hey, this is my idea, guys. I know you're transparent, so thank you for considering and actually listening to my idea. And they come back with, listen. If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have a game to play. So shut up. I'm telling you. I won't be playing Fault anymore. But they haven't done that, and they're super fucking fantastic. So
yeah,
that's not
the
gonna happen.
biggest difference with them is like listening to the community, like having the active Discord and taking actual opinions.
Yeah. Because it's both ways, right? Like, yeah, we wouldn't have a game to play if it wasn't for these companies like Epic making Paragon, but they also won't have a game if the players don't play it. So, you know, we need them just as much as they need us.
Yeah, but I think there will always be people who play the game. You see with Fortnite, there are these huge streamers who play it. Maybe they think it's a great game. Maybe they have these super high skilled things to build a tower in just a second with their wood stuff and camp out other people. But there will always be people who play the fucking game. So as long as they're making money, and doing business, and there are people who play the game,
I know, but then you end up in a situation where you're Smite. You know what I mean? And like,
yeah, I don't play the
Smite is obviously successful, but like Smite's like barely staying alive kind of thing. You know, you gotta grow. Like, there's to a certain extent you can't listen to every opinion. You know, like if you're League of Legends, obviously you just can't. There's too many players. But that's one thing Strange Matter is doing super fantastic. Is they're really taking the feedback seriously, even if they think it's a stupid idea. They're truly considering it, and that's all. That's really, that is like that. That just, to me, that just shows like they're going above and beyond what I expect from game companies, and that's why I think they will be successful. I'm really impressed with them. I must say, I'm really impressed. And they even got controller support, which is awesome. They don't have aim assist though, Reverb, and they gotta add aim assist. Strange Matter, if you're listening right now, add aim assist
to the PC.
To the PC, like I don't understand. Like I just don't get it. Like as someone that spent like 15 years on console, I can tell you now, bro, that like even with aim assist,
yeah, but then they should add an option where you can switch it off.
Oh yeah. They should have an option where you can switch off aim assist, but like as someone that played console for so long, I can tell you that even with aim assist, my shot is never as good as
You mean
someone.
to the controller, aim assist to your controller?
Yeah, for controller,
I
not
just
for
thought about
keyboard and
mouse and
mouse. There
keyboard.
should not be aim assist for keyboard and mouse. That's crazy.
Okay.
That's crazy. But for controller, there should be aim assist, I think, because
Yeah,
even
true.
with aim assist on
A
controller,
soft aim
my
assist, though.
shot will never be as good as someone that's good with a keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
Ever. It will
I think
never,
keyboard and
ever
mouse is
be as
always
good.
the opportunity.
I could be the next simp of FaZe, for anyone that knows who simp is. I could be Shroud in the flesh on a controller, and Shroud shot will still be better on PC, keyboard and mouse, than will ever be on controller with aim assist. And imagine, and that's with aim
Well, if
assist.
you
Imagine if you
tune up
don't
the
have
aim
it.
assist like on 100% like a aimbot,
Yeah.
then don't. But
I sound like Cam Winston saying that. I'm gonna shut up now. I sound like aim. I sound like Cam Winston about aim assist. Mike, you just hit me right in the heart there. You know that was a low blow. I'm sorry. I'll be a better person from now on. Either way, long story short, I'm never gonna use. I'm never gonna. I'm saving you. He's saving me from the pit that I'm from the hole I'm digging right now. Yeah, that's. I get it. Um,
Was there aim assist in Paragon?
yes,
You
there
sure?
was. Yes,
Yeah, with controller there was aim assist.
there was aim assist.
Hmm.
Reverb. Look, man. Some people would prefer to have a controller in their hands.
But there's also levels of it. Like they've proven, like obviously the aim assist right now in Fortnite
Well, it's all about
is
how you
completely
balance the
broken
aim
because you
assist.
can aim in a little bit and you'll literally track the character. Like that doesn't make any sense. Like aiming in, tracking the character, and having that aim assist
No, but like
doesn't
in
make
the
any
new
sense. But
Call of
if you
Duty, they
aim
have 4
close,
yeah,
different aim
Modern
assists.
Warfare they have a good aim assist system. I was
Yeah.
worried the moment I heard that PC players and PS4 players and Xbox players can play together, crossplay, in the Modern Warfare. But then I saw the aim assist system of them,
I
and I
mean,
think
Corpse, you're
it's
right,
pretty good.
but what I'm looking at it is there's from the top, very, very top. So we're talking Shroud on PC, keyboard and mouse, and we're talking Simp on controller. At that level, Simp has the best shot in the game at the moment on probably controller out of anyone in the world. And his shot is not even close to Shroud shot is on keyboard and mouse. And
You also don't have the accuracy. You can move your mouse much more. Yeah, you can English vocabulary.
sorry?
You can move your mouse like at a certain speed to the right and get slower and aim like precisely.
Yeah, you can aim
Dude!
like a lot more precise. And...
Precise. Thanks.
Yeah,
What the
precise.
fuck?
It's all good,
Holy shit!
man. Yeah.
With the controller, you just have this little stick,
Oh, reverb.
and it
Yeah,
has
I
like
guess
a
that's
range of a half centimeter where you can move to the right and to the left.
yeah.
um, yeah. Reverb made a good point because it's only currently on PC. You know what I mean? So maybe there won't be as much time lag because it's on PC than it is on console. You know what I
we also
mean?
had the discussion before whether or not aim assist would be locked to just quick play, or if it would be allowed in ranked, or if it would be allowed for crossplay, like if you had
Oh
like a
boy.
console player going up against a PC. Like there's definitely layers to it, and we could all argue and bang our heads against the wall for like the next 2 hours if we wanted to about aim assist.
Yeah.
But it's just about finding
This game is
the happy
awful. We're
medium
gonna go
between
on
all
to
of
the
it to
next
give
one.
as even of a playing field as possible.
Yeah. Hey, Zuko's on my team. Look at that. Anywho, yeah. Anywho, I guess I'm gonna have to go to keyboard and mouse. It's just as simple as that.
There's pros and cons to both, anyways. I mean, for the longest time, you were completely laughed at if, let's say, you were on PC and you ever picked up a controller because it's like obviously the mouse was superior. But
Yeah, but
then
Mike,
it's
what if I'm sock cap? Like, do you think I'm really gonna get better? Like, I've already reached my
Yeah,
peak
I think
mechanics. You know what I mean?
practicing.
Involve was a great Involve was. And Appy Picker played console too. I do know that. He was telling me about it. Actually, me and Appy had a discussion about this once in one of the journals about aim assist, and he was on your guys' side. Yeah. Anywho, let's move. Let's move off. Let's just move on. You know, let's agree to disagree. Uh. If you're sock cap level, just meme and have fun. Anywho, what's the next topic there, Stephen Chandler? My apologies. I got it up
I think the
actually. Hang
next
on.
one to actually talk about is just like how we feel. Uh, Obviously, again, this isn't overly relevant now, but we're just sort of like what we're hopeful for in the future and kind of what we want to see eventually. But they've teased
Do you guys see how many
a
fucking stuns
ARAM
I'm missing?
mode in the future, and just sort of like kind of what we feel about that translating over to a Paragon type game. Because obviously we haven't seen that before, but we've played games like Smite with Arena and played games like League
Do you
with
think?
their
Do you
ARAM.
think? Okay. I don't want to go into a deep discussion because we did pre-talk about this, but do you guys want to talk about the announcement today for 10 minutes or something without getting too salty?
I don't even know it.
Steven Chandler, do you think it's a good idea or do you think we should just leave it alone?
Well,
Fuck
what
it.
do we have to talk about?
What?
Like
what
that's the
can we
thing.
add
Like
to
what?
it?
Like what do we? It sucks. You know what I mean? But I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
There's not really anything to talk about. The
maybe you could talk about
early
like your
access has
own.
been pushed, and we all just have to wait
Okay.
another 2 months.
Uh,
Like it's definitely for the best.
I
so for
think.
anyone that doesn't know that's listening in right now, Strange Matter Studios released an announcement not even 3 hours ago. Early access was scheduled for May 8th. They are sorry, but they cannot meet that goal. And that they have a tentative schedule, meaning it is not a confirmed date for June or July for early access now. And it's in their Discord. So for anyone that doesn't know, early
Just
access is
saw
no
it.
longer May 8th, which
I'm just sad right now.
I didn't we don't want to talk about it too much because this is the first day and there's a lot of emotions flying and a lot of saltiness. You know what I mean? So we got to keep it. And I really do love Strange Matter. And I think, and at the end of the day, if it's going to make a better game, I'm okay with it. But today, because the news is very recent, I can tell you, like, it hurt, man. It really hurt. You know, I was literally the guy in the Discord counting down the days every day. 14 days, 13 days, 12, you know. I was literally that guy. And yeah, to say the least, you know, and the problem with it is because emotions were flying, there's a few hot-headed opinions coming out, and when people get scared, they start saying stuff that they know is not true, or their insecurities start to come out a little bit, and that started happening earlier today. I'm not going to talk about exactly what it was, but it did happen. Um, you know, but I'm here to tell you guys, I'm not a tester, I'm not a dev, I'm a consumer like the majority of you, and I still believe in Strange Matter, and I think you should too. We're gonna get an EA. That I can guarantee you.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing is just to look at the positives for this. Like, they're doing it to have the best possible game come out and to have it come out to their standard.
Mm-hmm. Strange lives matter. Exactly, Mike. Ooh,
Yeah,
Jacka, you
because again,
can't
these
say
these
that.
are people just like the
Product,
rest
you
of us.
can't.
Even though they are developers and making the game we want to play, they are just like they are humans after all. So
Mike,
you
so
can't condemn
hang on.
somebody.
Mike is saying he's giving me full authority over the authority he doesn't have. That if for some reason this does get delayed a second time, we're allowed to go ham. Yeah. So I don't want to talk about it too much, guys, because like I'm gonna be honest, I'm still salty about it. No,
Go
Jack, I'm not going ham. It's not happening. Uh,
go crazy.
you know, I I it's so, but I am very disappointed, but I do trust you guys just at this moment in time. It's still also, actually, I can't say that on stream.
What?
Nothing. What do you
Jesus.
well what do you guys think about this? Or do you guys believe
Hey, WS Schaefer 88, thanks for the follow, bro.
it's understandable, Corpse? It's completely understandable. And if for any reason, I can see Jack is in here, and for any other reason, there's another dev or a founder in here. I still support you guys, and everyone in this channel I know does too. So,
Yeah.
It's just there's not a lot of good games on the horizon, and
yeah,
goddamn, I
it's
wanted to
also
play
because of
some
the virus.
motherfucking
Like,
Vault.
you know how time has slowed down exponentially because of this virus. You know what I mean? Like, I'm one of those people that end up getting laid off. I'm done with university now, so like, I'm literally gonna be stuck inside for the next few months. Um, and yeah, yeah. Anywho, so
You want to buy some Paragons?
what do you guys think? Do you guys think? Do you
Um,
think it was the right decision, or do you think they should have just released EA with what they currently
I,
had?
I,
No, I
Which we
think it's
don't
the right
know.
decision.
I think because a lot of this, you know what, it comes down to a trust thing, right? You either have to trust that they are doing this for the right reason. There should be. You either trust that they're doing this for the right reason, or there's something that we don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like philosophically, it's one of those two things. And personally, I don't really have a lot of reason to believe that there's a lot of like scuzzy shit going on. So I feel like if they're making this call, it's better than Epic Games just treating us like babies. You know what I mean? And saying no, just shut the fuck up. But they're being like real honest, be like, yo, we really don't want to do this because you need a better game than you're
Yeah,
going to
it's
get.
to our benefit.
It is
Yeah.
to our benefit, and that's the big
Now,
thing we need to.
if the end of June or mid July comes out and that shit's ass,
Well,
now it's gonna be a whole different tone from your
Well, I
boy
guess that's
SRE.
the other thing. We may have inherently higher expectations due to the pushback,
Yeah.
yeah,
but you kind of want that with anything you're excited for. Like, no matter what it is in life, if you are excited for it, it's for a reason. You typically don't get excited for something that you think is going to run horribly.
yeah,
So, especially if you were excited for something and it came out,
yeah.
then that's a lot worse than if it came out and it still like meets your expectations or exceeds it.
Yo, you see what Jack has said, Steve? He said keeps tabs on your name.
Y'all can clip me, man. Y'all gonna hear me in the chat. You gonna hear me on stream. You gonna hear me in the water while you're taking your shower,
yeah.
man. You gonna hear me everywhere.
The only, I'm glad that you guys made the respectable decision to move it back. You know, I am glad. Uh, the timing isn't exactly great, but sometimes that's just how it is, and we can't do any better. It's better than releasing it tomorrow. So, if you look at it that way, it's still good. And this is my next point, and what Schaefer said. Schaefer, I believe you. I played
Yeah.
Alpha 3 weekend and it was fun. If they released just Alpha 3 for me, I would actually be happy. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, like, I mean, even thinking about like, I don't know, like, because looking at Greg's stream, like Moose's stream, and fucking everything, like, I would just be down to just play this, But it's the difference between presenting a product and then giving it to the hardcores. You know what I mean? Because like people for us, we're gonna fucking play it no matter what. We might be.
And that was the point they were trying to get across. Like this is their advertisement. If you're going to put it out on early access and you're going to put it on Steam, and you're a development team that has no other games for somebody to base it off of, like you need to put your best foot forward. You can't have something that's just lukewarm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's true, Mike. That is true. That is true. Only thing that I'm excited for, and I think I'm just being a bit greedy, is I'm excited to see what the changes are. And words only hold so much weight. Seeing these changes in action is gonna hold a lot more weight than saying this overhaul is gonna be big. You know what I mean? Anywho, that's all I'm gonna say about that. I love you, Strange Matter. We're here for you. If you ever want to jump into the stream and talk, come on in. Anywho, what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to keep it rolling for Act 3, or are we taking like a 5-minute break instead of our usual 10?
I could take a 5-minute break, go use the lavatory.
Yeah, I kind of had to take a piss. I'm not going to lie. I've been drinking a lot of water, talking all this
Well,
much
Jesus
shit.
Christ, I said lavatory. You don't say it like that, bro.
It's just like the last minute to go to the laboratory, and now you're gonna make a 5-minute break?
Yeah, man.
Shit.
So, guys, we're just gonna take a 5-minute break. Oh, Schaefer, I didn't notice you followed. My apologies. Thank you for the follow.
I shouted about.
Jeez, I didn't notice. Sorry, guys.
But now you get the extra special treatment. Double shout out, Schaefer.
Wait, and Raced747. I hope I said your name right. So, guys, we're gonna take a 5-minute break. So,